Hello, hello, and welcome to Dishonored the Cannon Run. Get rid of those fucking no map markers. I hate them. We're about to walk into the final mission here. It's gonna be real nice of them to leave me both a map and supplies right here at the front door. So we just got to beeline straight for the lighthouse, and there's a few different directions you can take to get there. But I've got an idea in mind. So we're gonna straight up beeline. You all ready for this?
What's happening? What the? Someone help me out!
No, hang on. I'm trying to hit the...
Get around it!
Hey, you don't look so good.
Damn! Sorcery. I need more men! Damn! Heard something. Beat your heart to the ground.
Okay, now I hear you.
Come back. The watch. Damn! Got you now. Get him! He's here! Under everything. Get around him! Gary, you won't. Take out his legs!
Is she up there, do you think? The new Empress?
She came in a few days ago.
What was... We're here.
Next time we slit his gut.
Flank it!
So yeah, this is the fastest way up to this.
Watch out!
I know you're
Get it.
here.
Get in!
River.
Your fish bait.
That was
now.
infuriating. He just wouldn't go down the hole. Where's it gonna send me back to now? Where's the last save?
I'll get to the
Okay, not far back.
Is she up there, do you think?
That fucked up my clean run, and I'm
She
upset.
came in a few days ago.
Slow down already. Get around him. Take it!
That guy made me jump. I was expecting him to turn the corner at me.
Hit him!
Go!
Got you now. Someone get over
Jesus.
here. Flank him.
Watch it!
Look at that. Now that's a fast trip to the
Whiskey
Burrow
for a week,
Lighthouse.
you can kill him.
Alpha.
See, if you're not worrying about stealth in this game and you have a lot of powers unlocked, you can sort of fuck everything up real fast, you know? You can zip. Oh, I'm wondering, is there a path other than the catwalks that you can take to get there? Because I usually take the catwalks, but yeah. Now it looks like a clever player can get up here much more easily. Shit.
Things are bad. Could the city get any worse?
Indeed, I believe so.
Alright. Here's where they are. Didn't even give him a chance to be able to get the radio signal that there's an intruder, really. I got in here so fast. I'll get down to where he is. Here we go.
Remember when this was just a dream shared by a few angry, desperate men in the back room of a bar?
Let's drop the save here. So.
Lord Lord Trevor Pendleton, a neglected
What is our lore
youngest
save
son,
this?
bullied by your brothers. Martin, such a clever man. His talents wasted until he found his. Callista, the nursemaid. Bitter Piero, ejected from the academy. Samuel, the useless old man, hungry for purpose. Couldn't be with us tonight. This is all Martin's fault. If we hadn't helped Corvo get out of prison, Corvo hadn't been so damn good at his job, we hadn't gotten greedy and afraid. If. Always too sure, that was my problem. Never hesitated. Too sure of what I wanted. Too sure of what I wanted to do when other men stopped to consider. Saw it as a weakness. I know Corvo's coming for me just like he came for the others. Crossing the island below like it was nothing. It's only a question of how and when. I'm lacking a countermove. It's all fallen apart. All the steps that led us here made sense. When I was young, I went to sea, took command of a ship, and made aimless men into sailors. Made a collection of boats into a navy. Then founded a conspiracy and almost led an empire. No compromise. Never showed mercy. Never showed weakness. I showed the world what mattered. Will and vision. And not being afraid of getting dirty. And now, I'll lose it all to a man with a faster sword hand. Or is it that he has a slower sword hand? There's something wrong with the world. It'll make a good story for the history. I'll have a good epitaph. In his time, he commanded a noble lord, a high overseer, and an empress. The man who brought down a tyrant, Admiral Havelock, son of the high ocean.
That's how you think you'll be remembered. But it's
Think I'd
not.
fight you, Corvo? Sorry to disappoint. This is yours. The key to Emily's cell. She'll be glad to see you. You made quite an impression on her. Did you know that? She asked about you constantly. Where you were, what you'd been doing. I told her. In the end, I told her everything. From the start, when we had such noble goals in mind, to the end, when we were afraid, fighting in secrecy about who we could trust and who we had to kill. Arguing over who would act as new Lord Regent. And she listened, eyes wide. She's become an interesting girl. If she lives, she'll make a memorable empress. Go ahead. Kill me or take me to Coldridge Prison. Make your choice. She'll be watching.
Oh shit.
Who is that? Admiral Havelock?
Shit.
Yeah, I'm going.
I didn't realize backup was gonna show up.
Until you learn how to behave.
Come on, there we go.
Who's
Shit.
there?
I didn't realize that backup was gonna show up when I did that. Alright, where's it gonna bring me?
Lord Trevor Pendleton. Neglected youngest son, bullied by your brothers. Martin, such a clever.
What does this say?
His talents wasted until he found his.
Done such things, cowardly things.
This
I'm
is all
ashamed of.
Martin's fault.
How could anyone ever
We hadn't
forgive
helped
us?
Corvo get out of
Would
prison.
they? Even if things are
Corvo
better.
hadn't been so damn good at his job.
No, that's
We
not
hadn't
how it
gotten
works.
greedy,
Once the
afraid.
bureaucrats step in,
If.
everything gets muddy. If anyone ever
Always
knew, we'd
too
all lose
sure.
our heads for this. So no
Never
one can know.
hesitated.
And could we
Too
ever
sure.
control Emily with Corvo around?
Too sure of
That's
what I
the
wanted to
question
do
that
when
sticks
other.
in
Not to
mind.
consider.
We need to make our final move, and we need to make it cleanly. No loose ends.
I know Corvo.
Only a few in the know.
Just like he came for the others.
The ones with the most to lose.
Crossing the island below like it was nothing. It's only a question of how and when. But I'm lacking a counter move. It's awful. Did you think I'd fight you, Corvo? Sorry to disappoint. This is yours. The key to Emily's cell. She'll be glad to see you. You made quite an impression on her. Did you know that? She asked about you constantly. Where you were, what you've been doing.
Take this!
You fucked now, buddy. All right, and that time we didn't alert all the guards.
Who is that? Admiral Havelock? Corvo! I knew you'd come. Is it going to be okay now? Will I be Empress?
All right, that's pretty easy. So, why did I kill Havelock? I can't remember from my research now. I believe it was in The Corroded Man. He explicitly makes mention of killing him with his own hands. Now that can be interpreted, maybe it was at the execution, maybe it was in this moment. I think it makes it more interesting to make it in this moment. And let's just continue and let the ending cutscene play, and then we'll talk more.
So ends the interregnum, and now Emily Kaldwin I will take her mother's throne after a season of turmoil. You will stand at her side, Corvo, guiding her young mind and protecting her from those who seek to exploit her or cause her harm. You watched and listened when other men would have shouted in rage. You held back instead of striking. So it is with the passing of the plague and Emily's ascension, comes a golden age, brought about by your hand.
The two of them are united. Oh, you know what? Samuel owns the Houndspit Pub. That's good to know.
When your hair turns white and you pass from this world, Empress Emily, Emily the Wise, at the height of her power, will lay your body down within her mother's great tomb, because you are more to her than royal protector. Farewell, Corvo.
So yeah, I'm sure with a lot of what I did there's a lot of interpretation that can be done, and I would love to try and redo the Dishonored canon run more accurately in the future if any of you have critiques of what I've done here. Because I really do want to make the canon run, make an accurate canon run, you know? One day I'd love to do a clean run of the entire series following the canon as close as possible. And again, as I said previously, we're not anywhere near done here. This is, if anything, the halfway mark, because we're going to be heading into the DLC. But yeah, the researching a lot of this has been quite difficult because there is some debate on what canonically happens in different moments, and yeah, there's a lot that you can add, or there's a lot that you can interpret, because this is the game, the base game of this is the easiest the canon run is ever going to get. Going into the DLC especially, things are going to be a lot harder to figure out as I go. Because there's not a lot of good information on what canonically happens to the different characters in the DLC or in the sequels or any of that. So future canon runs are definitely going to be a lot more shaky. But I would like to quickly draw attention to, hang on. Who is it? Sir Snippington, a YouTuber who, as I recently found out in my research into the DLC, is prepping for that, began an endeavor similar to this one 3 years ago, and has themselves been trying to do a Dishonored canon run. playing every level in a way that they think is the closest to canon. Now, unfortunately, the last video they uploaded in that series came out, only 10 months ago, but they're definitely not as big, or not a super active YouTuber compared to me. Actually, we actually have similar subscriber counts, me and Sir Snipington, not Snippington. Sir Snipington. They did, you know, I just want to give attention to them because, especially going into the DLC, they did some very, very thorough research, and better than I did, they are cataloging their evidence. I basically just credited a couple of Reddit posts and the wiki at the start of this, and have very loose notes that I'm following. Meanwhile, on his comments, he has in-depth explanation of why he does what he does in each individual level. And I fucking appreciate that, and it's helped me with my research. Like I said, going into DLCs especially. So going into this second half, I would like to draw attention to them and, you know, give credit where credit is due. He also does a bunch of videos of him playing the Batman Arkham games, which is definitely something I want to do more of on my channel. But, you know, if you want to see some more good, Dishonored canon content, head over and watch their stuff and give them support and tell them to keep up that series, because I know as soon as I found somebody else was doing a similar thing to what I'm doing right now, immediately went and watched his entire series. And I desperately want him to do more, because he's only partway through the DLCs right now. So, you know, give him support, tell him to keep it up with that series, and, you know, words. Yeah, I do feel like there's room for improvement on my canon run, but it is hard to figure out exactly what happened canonically in things. And maybe in a future canon run, I'd even try and get more meticulous in it. Try and figure out, like, oh, what are all the bonus objectives and levels that Corvo would have realistically done, and things like that. You know. Words. I could... Whatever. Let's just... We're gonna click through these credits because we watched them before in our base playthrough. And you know what? I think we got enough time to... Hang on, no, get me to the DLCs. I think we got enough time to go ahead and start the Knife of Dunwall canon run. So let's get that started. New game. And we're gonna go ahead and play it on Master Assassin, because that's what I want to do. Although I do love the stood casually. Ooh, cool crouch down. Ooh, showing off his powers. Ah, I love these games. Yep, let's just hop on in. And let's get the at least the starting cutscenes out of the way here.
One more job shouldn't have mattered. I'd killed nobles before. You could float a whaling ship on the high-born blood I've spilled. Another noble steps in to replace the last one. All equally corrupt. Why should an empress be different? But she was. I watched her bodyguard's face as they took him away. Dead eyes. I knew I'd pay for this one. Maybe I deserved to. A storm was coming that would shake apart everything I'd built.
No! Get away from her! Corvo! Mommy!
Next time on Dishonored the Canon Run, we get started with the Knife of Dunwall.